When I arrive to tell you all about women, you know you can trust me because I am wearing the most awesome tie in the world. Three mistakes that women make in bed. It's an article I found at galtime.com, which I ended up in as I cruise the back alleys of the interwebs. And if you go to places like galtime.com, these websites or magazines for women, every other article will be about that, about the many, many ways in which women fail us. And they really do all the time. So let's talk about this article. 3 ways in which women make mistakes in bed. The first, now listen, this is just 3. It's just what the article covered, so many others. The first is that women wear comfy clothes. You cannot make the mistake, ladies, of wearing comfy clothes around your man. The second is that women fail to take initiative. And the third is that women criticize their men in bed. So let's take a look at each of these. The first, wearing comfy clothes. So the writer of this article at galtime.com tells us that women should, always have the black underwear on. They should never relax. They should never put on those sweet little plaid flannel pajama pants that really accentuate the cuddliness of the bottom. They should never wear their husband's t-shirt because no man would find that sexy. Listen, I'm going to give away the thread of this whole video. With each of those 3 things, what I want to talk about is, this is on men. This sort of stupidity. Not to absolve stupid people of both sexes of their stupidity. But come on. If a husband and wife have problems, sexual problems, because the woman likes to wear comfy clothes at night, that is on the man. The man is an asshole. It has started to rain. I'm going to try to keep this video going as I climb up onto the porch with my coffee and my pipe. So, that's the comfy clothes thing. If your wife can't wear comfy clothes, feels she can't wear comfy clothes at sexy time, that's on you, husband. Man, I did that smoothly. Next thing. Women, wives. What was the next thing? Can't wear comfy clothes. And the next thing was, the last one was criticize. All right. Women fail to take the initiative. Well, if I were always as spaced out as I just showed, my wife would need to constantly show initiative, eh? Listen, there's one that sounds like it could be good advice. And actually, I have no problem. I don't think any man would have a problem with a woman who shows a lot of initiative. But you know what? Here's another one that's just men making excuses and trying to get women to do their work for them. A couple of times I suggested to my wife that perhaps it might be nice for both of us if she showed some more initiative. You know what her reaction to that kind of thing is? She laughs at me and tells me to be a man. Which, come on, is so sexy. That's the traditional male role, and it's biologically backed up. The male's kind of always going for it. You know, it's really rough when a woman is not responsive. And a wife ought to be. But suck it up and stop complaining. Just take the initiative. Every time. Start wooing your wife from breakfast. Send her sexy texts and flowers during the day and get home and do your thing. You don't need your wife to do your work for you. And the last thing, you know, I was reading this article and kind of laughing, reading it for a laugh, because I'm a cynical sort of person. And I got to the third point, and I paused. You know, it hit home a little bit. The third point was, don't criticize. Women are prone to criticism in bed. Look, I've only ever had one woman, but I suspect there's actually just a universal condemnation, just general behavior, and then also in bed, for men and women. Men and women can both be negative. But, given what we talked about with the last point, the man is usually the initiator. You're the one who's doing that, and then she says, don't do that, or ooh, do that. So you're initiating, she's responding at most steps. So, you're the one having to perform. It is hard to be criticized. And really, the point that the person who wrote this article was making was not a nagging kind of criticism, really more of a how you phrase things. Don't say, don't do that. Say, do this. Frame things positively. And actually, that hit home because I've had that exact conversation with my wife. I was like, okay, I might have to take this article seriously. But actually, the problem with this point, which, as I said, has a little bit of legitimacy, same problem as with the other 2 points. Handle it. You know, none of these are things that you can't talk about. If you want your wife to wear sexy underwear every once in a while, mention it. But you can't require her to do it all the time instead of wearing comfy flannel pajamas. If you want your wife to show a little initiative, mention it. But don't worry about it. You just do your thing. You show your initiative. And the same is true with this criticism thing. You establish a positive atmosphere. If you want to mention, hey, I'd prefer it if you phrase things a little differently, fine. But all of this comes back at the doorstep of husbands who have to realize their sex life isn't just about tucking the kids in and then seeing if you can get lucky. Your husband's talking about getting lucky. How tragic is that? Marriage is a sexual relationship. So your whole life, this is one of the many tasks you're doing. Wooing your wife, getting her in bed. So just do it. Don't complain. Don't look for fault to find. If your woman's really critical, maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's because you're always looking for fault to find. You're setting that atmosphere in the house. And I'm going to do another heavier video. Hopefully this was fun and diverting. I'm going to do a slightly heavier video coming soon on men and their sexual responsibility. I would love to hear what you guys thought of this video. I'll wish you peace out.